Welcome to the first episode of the Rise Above Cancer podcast. I'm excited. I have no idea what I'm doing, but here we are. It's going to be fun, I think. So my name is Aimée and I'm the founder of Rise Above Cancer. So what is Rise Above Cancer? I started Rise Above Cancer at the beginning of this year. So a little bit about me. I was diagnosed with ocular melanoma, which is a rare form of eye cancer, back in December 2020. While I was 6 months pregnant, and I'm still living with cancer now, but everything is stable and I'm doing really well. And basically, I was getting really fed up of getting upset, and I wanted to take the power back and not let cancer control me anymore, basically. So I was feeling, and still do feel, quite angry and upset, and I overthink quite a lot, but I wanted to channel that energy into something that was going to be more positive, something that will hopefully help others and make a difference. So that's when Rise Above Cancer was born. For a while, like even before being diagnosed with cancer, like I always liked the idea of having something like a brand or something that was mine. And for years, like I couldn't figure out kind of what that would be or what it would look like. And now, I don't know, everything just kind of all fell into place. And don't get me wrong, when I was diagnosed with cancer, I wasn't like, yeah, I can turn this into a brand or into something. It just kind of happened, really, after talking with a few people. So that's where Rise Above Cancer came from. And I just want to empower people that are affected by cancer, whether it's people that have cancer themselves, or whether it's individuals that know somebody that's been affected by cancer. I want to break down barriers, and I want to dismantle the stigma that surrounds talking about cancer. And I want to encourage, open conversations about cancer, and share personal stories, whether that's mine or whether that's other people that I know. I really want to build a supportive community where those affected by cancer can find strength and can find hope. And I believe that knowledge is power, and I am by no means an expert of cancer at all. But I want to try help educate others and myself, and I want to help raise cancer awareness. So what have we done so far with Rise Above Cancer? So at the moment, I create content over on Instagram. So you can check us out, Rise Above Cancer UK. So some of the videos I've created is what to say to somebody that has cancer, what not to say to somebody that has cancer. I've done a little video about my experience with cancer so far. But one of the main reasons I wanted to start this podcast is that I feel like I have so much to say, but a 90-second reel just doesn't cut it. So here we are. We had our first fundraiser this year, Project 228. I flipped a tractor tyre 228 times to raise money for Maggie's, which is a cancer charity. And I also raised money for the Up Yours Cancer sessions that that Dan holds at the Outcast Strength and Fitness Gym. And we raised a total of £1,330, which I was super, super chuffed about. It was a really hard challenge. I think I went into it thinking that it might have been a bit easier than what it was in the end. I don't know, but it was tough. But I did it. I smashed it. And I'm super proud of myself. You can go listen to the podcast that I did with Mickey from Girls to the Front if you want to hear more about the fundraiser that we did, because I talk about that in there. I'll put the links in the show notes if you want to go take a listen. I also did a podcast episode with Reese from the Heavy Mental podcast. So if you do want to listen to my story, it was recorded back in September 2021, so a little bit closer to the time. Feel free to have a listen to that as well. So what's next and what to expect from the podcast? So I'm currently working on something pretty cool with Mickey from Girls to the Front. We're hoping that we can kind of announce it or start talking about it within the next month. But it's really, really cool. It's going to be such a cool resource. And yeah, really excited about it. And can't wait for it to be done. Can't wait for it to be made. It's going to be something super, 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 super cool. We have our first market, which is going to be in July, and I'm going to be there talking to people about cancer, which is something really strange to be excited for, but I'm really looking forward to it just to kind of see how that is going to work. I'm hoping that it'll be good, so feel free to come along. It's going to be in Unit 7 internationally on Saturday the 29th of July. So come along if you can. I think it's going to be from 11. We've got some merch coming, which is really, really cool. Really excited. Can't wait. Some of it I'm going to be making myself, and some of it not. I think I have to say. But yeah, but some of it's going to be at the market as well. Some of it's only going to be at the market. And some of it we will put on our website. So with the podcast then, so what would you like to hear on the podcast? Is there something that you would like me to talk about? Is there a topic that you would want me to cover? I'm hoping to get some guests on in the future. These guests may have had cancer themselves. They might be also living with cancer. I'm hoping that I can get somebody from Maggie's to come on and have a chat with me, which would be awesome. If you're listening to this right now and you'd like to be a guest on the podcast, feel free to get in touch with me, send me a message. And yeah, I think that's it for the first episode. It's just a bit of an introduction, see how I kind of get on with it. I think I did okay. It is very strange sitting here talking to myself and not having anyone to kind of bounce back off, but here we go. But yeah, so thank you so much for taking the time to listen to the episode. I appreciate any feedback or any recommendations that you have for the future. Yeah, together we can rise above cancer.